Community, welcome back to another video with Kyle Chris. Today we have a little bit of a different video. I'm actually going to be doing some just some color commentating over I think it was Latin America, had a regional over the weekend. They actually had a Masters and a Fusion World regional over the weekend. I was going to do both, but the problem was the the Masters regional was really boring. Finals, I think, were two red Kid Qs. It was really boring, so I just didn't. Or no, it was Kid Q and Tapion, so I didn't feel like doing that one. And then the EU one wasn't very good either. It was two Kid Qs, so that was kind of boring. But I did notice that the same company or the same person who runs the Latin America regional for Masters did a Fusion World one. So I felt like this was a good video to do. Especially if anyone who hasn't seen it, I'll leave a link down below to the streams. You can watch the entire stream. But we're going to be kind of just watching a matchup that you might see a lot at Nationals this year, which is going to be red Jiren and black Bardock that are both in the finals. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys do like these commentary videos. I figured I might be able to do this also if you guys want to send me links to videos you guys have done. Might be fun content for us to be able to do on the channel. So I always feel like it's kind of fun. I do enjoy commentating and just discussing the game while matches are going on. So no one ever wants me to commentate though, so it's okay. So the game will start here and get into the game. I think this is the right screen here. Perfect. And we have these two. We have, I think it's Christian and David here. Both of them playing Jiren and Bardock respectively. So we're actually going to kind of skip ahead here a little bit to the game. And this is I believe this is best of 3. So this is pretty long here. It's probably about an hour. So we should do the full video here. So starting off, as most Bardock players will do, starting off with the Kakarot effect. This is very good. This allows you to get the marker, especially if you are going first. Still allows you to have access to the marker plays, which is what you want to do. Turn 1 for Jiren, charging a double striker, which is actually, and I haven't seen this game yet, so I haven't seen this one yet. So charges double striker, plays Roshi, swings, draws. I don't think there is. I think most people play probably both Roshi and Piccolo, I think, depending on your strategy. That is a lot of 5k cantrip, so some people might just play one or the other. And this is where you want to use the marker. Being able to play the Gogeta or the Goku GT on turn 2 with the marker guarantees you a card that's almost impossible for any color to remove other than red. Red has a pretty decent job of doing this on turn 3. So we see here he actually has a few different cards in his hand. One is, so he actually plays Piccolo and Roshi for 1. But 2, he has the Fua here, which is going to minus this by 15 and then swing into it. And then probably combo the Fua, I guess. The combos the Roshi, so goes to 20. So that is 20 to 10. That forces him to give 2 cards out of his hand. So he's probably not going to do that. But we do see in his hand he has the Vegeta as well as the Gohan alt art. If you guys don't know what that is, that's the Gohan from set 1 that allows you to minus the entire board by 10. So that's a really good card to have. I think black and blue respectively both build huge boards of small battle cards. So just being able to clear them all is really, really strong. So here he slams down the secret rare. Again, this is why it's so powerful using Kakarot. So even if you go first, you still have the ability of using the marker. So as you saw turn 2, he slammed down a GT. Turn 3, he slammed down a secret rare. So that's incredible. So now he's at 4. Benefit here is that he has something to swing at. So the Bardock player probably won't awaken until the turn after this, unless he starts swinging into his leader. So he's got a few different plays here. So one, and you can see in his hand, he has the 1-drop Whis, which minuses a card by 5. And he has Sphere Destruction. So he can actually slam Whis, negative by 5, and then use Sphere Destruction. Kind of up to him, though, what he wants to do here. I'm very interested to see what he does. He's got a big hand. He's probably got it's like 13, maybe 12 cards in hand. Pretty close to 12, maybe like 11 or 12. So we're slamming 4, so it looks like we're going into probably Jiren. Oh, we're going into Kefla. We're going to go Kefla, we're going to draw a card. We drew a top. And then we play Vegeta. Okay, so we played Vegeta. I don't know exactly if this is the right play or not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could have removed the Goku, but maybe he wanted to establish some board presence, maybe. But he's not awoken, so Kefla's just going to be a 20k, so it's not great. So he's going to discard 2. So he discards Jiren, discards top to give his leader 30k. Then his leader can pop himself and a 25k card, but with the effect of this attack effect, he can't be KO'd until the end of your opponent's next turn, meaning he can KO something without having to remove himself. So it's kind of like you're using 2 cards in one. Now what's nice is that you can, again, I would have saved that if I was the Bardock player, because this is kind of like an all-in play here on trying to remove that card. So he could have gave up a super combo in like a 5k. But maybe he didn't have a super combo. So then he uses a Vegeta effect, blows up that, swings leader, draws a card, draws another sphere of destruction, and takes him down to 5, passes. So he keeps Kefla standing, which is great. You don't want to swing with Kefla yet. Kefla is not at 25k, which is where the card actually has value. As a 4-drop 20k, it's not very good. So we're going to see another secret rare here, and this is where Black, I want to say Black has a problem, is that Black is very weak in the sense that it can't really, without Goku GT, the color is really, I'm going to say, fragile. Like, this makes the deck, makes actually just Black in general just have so much versatility in the late game if you can keep one of these guys on board. So, this is the second one now. I'm sure his plan is next turn to try and remove it. David kind of sacrificed a little bit of his hand size, but he did sacrifice some dead cards, so it wasn't a huge deal. So we go Bardock swing in the leader. Maybe he swung the Bardock. I think he maybe swung the Bardock at the Vegeta, and then swung the Goku at the Vegeta. He's trying to stall him from awakening, which is important, right? Stops him from being able to awaken. So now we're going to Para the Vegeta so he can't attack next turn. Play a cantrip, and then draw at the end of the turn for the Goku effect. That's a pretty solid turn. It's a pretty solid turn. So we stop the Vegeta, which Vegeta's kind of useless on this turn. So, but he draws another one, so it doesn't even matter. So he's got a handful of cards that are just really solid here. So the Gohan's really good. Gohan allows him to remove both of these extra defensive cards he has on board, and then he can tap 2 and then Sphere. Actually, he has 4 energy, so he can't do both. So you would have to Whis and Sphere. So we'll see what he does. So he swings leader, draws a Gohan. It's pretty solid. So now we're going down into Awaken range for Bardock. And we're gonna go Whis. Yep. Now I think we're gonna do the Sphere Destruction play, or we're gonna play Gohan. All right. So we're gonna do Sphere. Okay. So Sphere, we're gonna blow up Goku and then take him down to 3. This is the best use of Sphere you can possibly do, which is removing a big card, as well as forcing your opponent to take a damage. Right. So a lot of the times these decks will defend from 4 to 3. But now having to defend from 3 to 2 makes it even more difficult, because now you have to make sure you're not taking that next damage, which makes almost everything lethal, basically. So now we're going to swing 20. Awakens, combos Para. And... Or I'm sorry, 25. Maybe Kefla's 25. I think Kefla's 25. Right? I think Kefla's 25. I get so confused sometimes with this card. It's 25, right? No, it's 20. Okay, I was right. So I don't know why he comboed the Para. He could have just comboed the Goku, saved the 10k. Maybe he thought Kefla was awoken. Maybe that's what it was. All right, so now we have the Bardock, which is incredibly strong on the awakened side, being a 25k leader that also can go up to 35, or can just make another card really big, right, with the combo effect. So we're gonna swing So he swings the Kefla, he goes 25. This is a very easy combo. You just combo off like the Whis or the Fua. Yep, go to 30. Keep the Kefla alive. And now we're going into the Bardock double strike play, which is great. Double striking Jiren from 4 to 2 is kind of the best way of just kind of removing his leader effect from being that valuable. So we're going to go 35. He's got a combo 2 cards, so he's going to use the Bardock effect. Keeps the card on top of the deck. Goes to 40, and then we're going to go to 50 probably is my guess. Nope, 45. Then pop. He's going to pop Vegeta. And honestly, it's not impossible to combo out of. I don't think he has any super combos in hand, though. So that makes it a little bit... Oh, so he takes both. Okay. So that's a little painful, unfortunately. His whole turn's done, but now he can awaken. Yeah, it's a little rough. He didn't have a single super combo. So that's always kind of a pain sometimes. And you're drawing through your deck so much, you just kind of get RNG'd by the game a little bit. So, well, it's got a handful of 5Ks and 0Ks. So you might want to I don't know. I think you might have to charge one of those Gohan. So the problem is that now this turn, he can establish a 5-drop or a Jiren, but if his opponent plays Pan, he is going to be out. Out of card. So there's the super combo. All right, so now we're going to awaken, go to 25. Draw the cantrips. All right, 25 to his 20. So at least, yeah, so he does have a Pan in hand. So it's a little rough. So we go to 30. Go 25 into leader with Kefla. Now the Kefla has the awaken effect, so we get another 10k out of his hand, so that's good. We're going to slam Gohan here. Perfect, okay. So we're going to go Gohan. We're going to reduce the cost of the Bardock by 15, making him a 20k. It's pretty good. Now he's going to be in range of this second sphere. And now he's got a combo out. So you got another 25k swing he's got to deal with, which is a lot. So actually he's going to go to 30. Makes it a little more difficult, so he's got to take that. I mean, he could have comboed out of that, but I mean, I think these guys know what they're doing. You'll have a lot of people who you play maybe at locals or play on the client who are going to defend a lot of this and kind of just remove their hand. And sometimes you just got to take it, right? So now without Bardock, now he has to. He can threaten double strike again, but now with actually having a super combo in hand, he should feel a little more safe. This Bardock player has got a grip of 10Ks. I think he's got to have at least 8 or 9 cards in hand, I think. Sometimes my math's a little off, but I think he has like 9 or 10. Looks like about 11 in hand for Jiren, roughly. All right, so we're gonna swing at Kefla, drawing a card. He draws another Pan. And he top decks and sees a Bardock. So that's actually, if he has a Fasha in hand or a Goku, he can draw into that Bardock. But he's like, I wish I had that Bardock here. So, looks like he has a dual attack Bardock in hand. He's got a Pan. I know he has a double. I know he has the 10k Bardock combos. There's a Fasha. Okay, so now we're gonna Fasha and grab the Bardock. Very nice. And so now he can go for. So now he's gonna check and see what he's gotten rid of. So he doesn't see any super combos. So he's like, okay, he's gonna have at least 1 or 2. Makes his swing with Bardock a little more dangerous, right? Because if you give him too many cards and he super combos out, now you're on the back foot, and then he can just double strike you next turn, right? So, and he's got a board. So I mean, Bardock's going to remove at least one of those cards on board, so now he has to kind of figure out what he wants to do. So it looks like he is just going to go in for the 5-drop. All right. And we're going to go swing into leader. We're going to combo the Fasha. Combo super combo. And looks like we're just dumping hand here. Blows up the Fua. And it looks like that is, let's just use a little bit of math here. So we're at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. 10. So he's got to get to 115, which is only possible. So we're at 45, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, he didn't get it. So too many 5Ks. This is one of the problems with building red decks as a control decks, because you don't have access to a lot of 10Ks unless you're teching more 10Ks. So like him playing the Gohan, like the 5K Gohan, if he plays the 10K combo Vegeta from set 2, that KOs 5Ks, that gives him something else that he can actually use as 10K combo instead of using the 5K. So he also didn't have TOP like live at all. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit here. So we'll just start here. So it's game 2. All right. So Goku charged the I think that's not the field, is it? That's the removal spell, I think. Yeah. So both kind of doing the same thing. Turn 1. Bardock. Now if I'm him, I'm defending some of these early attacks. Like I would probably combo off the Roshi here. Just saving a few of his attacks. It's just one extra life. So he's going to top here. Is my guess is you top here. And then this allows you to just out combo every one of your opponent's leader swings unless they decide to combo one of these cards off. So he plays down top, gives the card 5K, tapping it, so you can use them on either turn, just depending on when the card is live. Swing leader, typical swing there. It's pretty good. Let's see what Bardock does. Bardock just take it. My guess is he probably just takes it so he can keep his curve. Or not. Or we just don't do anything. I don't know what he's thinking about. Okay, yeah, so now he's comboing. So he wants to preserve his life a little bit. Yeah, now though, his swing. So he doesn't have token, which is good. He went first, but he didn't get Kakarot first. Which, yeah, so there we go. So now we use the TOP. We go to 20. That's why he shouldn't have comboed off the Fasha. He should have taken the damage and then used the Fasha to combo, or use the Goku here to combo, so that way he forces him to use the Roshi as well. So he didn't do that. So now we go to 25. We take a life, play the marker, swing 25, and then we're probably taking this. Yeah, because you're not going to give up 2 cards. So that's why we want to make sure that we're comboing out of this stuff early. Because that saves us just an extra hit of damage. So here, his opponent's going to have 5 energy, so he can technically go into... Alright, so he's going to reduce the GT again, draw, combo, Roshi probably. He's drawing a lot of 0Ks, man. Yeah, so it goes to 20. Yeah, here's the problem is that he can play Jiren. And honestly, I would have probably played Jiren here, because Jiren at least represents, like, forces my opponent to have Pan, and if they use Pan, they can't go in the Go G to GT, and then we can just consistently, then you can just Jiren next turn, and then just keeping it on the board, right? It's like it's forcing your opponent to consistently play a Pan. Now he's gonna deal with the GT's secret again. So just real quick, let's like. Right, so if you look at this in his hand, and I'll go back, right? But like if you look at his hand, so he charges another Jiren. He has the 3rd Jiren in hand. So I would have charged probably the double striker, depending on how many he's running, and play Jiren here. Just snap the energy marker, go into Jiren. What this does, this now forces him to have an answer to Jiren. So it's his 5 energy turn, 4 energy plus the 1 marker, right? So now this forces him to spend 2 on Pan, and the 3rd being the energy marker, to remove my Jiren. And that stops him from playing GT. So sometimes it's about playing something to divert your opponent from playing something else. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference in the match, but that's what I would have done. I would not have played the Fua here. I would have just played Jiren, because now he's got to deal with this. which now means he can never really establish Jiren since Jiren doesn't clear anything. So now he has to consistently worry about clearing this guy's GTs instead of being the vice versa situation, which is establishing his Jiren and then forcing his opponent to remove his Jiren. So that's one thing you got to learn when you're playing the Jiren matchup into black, is that you have to force your opponent to remove the card. Just because your opponent can remove it doesn't mean they're going to have the removal or they're going to want to spend the turn to do it. Now, if they do it, now they're behind because now they played Pan. You can establish a Jiren again next turn, and then you can just swing into the Pan. You're going to kill the Pan more than likely. And now the next turn they have to either go into Secret Rare or do another Pan. And now you're forcing this consistency where they have to basically remove what you're playing rather than you removing what they're playing. So we leader swing. So we played Hercule. I think he brought back one of the 1-drops. So now we play Rumshi. We're gonna pop the marker. We're gonna remove the Secret Rare. Swing 30 into the leader. I don't know if I would have swung there. Probably not even swing, honestly. You can just keep the card standing because now he has a swing with his Secret Rare next turn that he can just swing in the Rumshi. So I probably would have just played the Rumshi and I would have just kept it straight up just so I can use it for combo power just in case. But also just forces them to attack my leader. And yeah. So now he's using top man. He's gotten so much value off of this TOP. Let's play another Secret Rare. So again, like this is another turn where like he would have had to have played if you go back and you Jiren, right? You clear his Pan. Now he has to play another Pan to remove the Jiren, or else the Jiren's just gonna stick on board the rest of the game. So, so just a small tidbit, so play Secret Rare again, get the marker, take that. We go to 4. And now he has 3 energy up, so he's probably just going to use these just to cantrip a little bit. Yep, so we draw 1. He can Para here. I don't know if it's really needed. He can Para though and get rid of the Rumshi for a turn. Or he can just Hercule. Nope, we're just going to Fascia. Okay, so we're just going to cantrip more. And we're going to Para. Okay, I was going to say, you can just Para here and it kind of solidifies your turn. And then draws another card, and man, this board is pretty good, man. Pretty good. This is where that Gohan would come in handy, or the Goku being able to just KO everything with 5 cost or less, so he can get rid of 4 cards on board. All right, so big hand, not awoken. Kind of in a weird situation here. I think you have to Rumshi again. Unfortunately, you have to Rumshi, and I'm swinging into the Goku GT. Yeah, I think that's false. I don't think you swing into, so that's another thing, is I don't think, like, I know he removed the 5 cost on board, but if Bardock really just wanted just to awaken, he could have taken the life, which then sets you back because now you have to deal with Bardock effect with Double Striker next turn. In this case, you can just leader attack and then go into the GT Goku and then play Rumshi and then just pop the Goku GT. And I would not swing. There's no reason to swing to give him the card. You just pass. All right, so that's what you should have did the last turn. But whatever. So you actually could have stalled him. I think he's at 5 now. I guess the one attack with leader probably wasn't bad then. I thought he was at 5 already. So all right, so we're gonna Fascia. Right. Hand's not bad. Hand's looking pretty healthy. Lots of 10Ks. So now he has to swing leader, and the leader will take the damage. And now he's okay from double strikes. So he cannot be double strike this turn. He's going to play 4 again for another Secret Rare. 3rd Secret Rare, man. Always have it. Go back up to 2. And I don't think he has another Rumshi in hand, which would have been smart. So we're gonna awaken. We're gonna Fua, go to 35. It's very strong. And honestly, like, I mean, he's doing a good job. Another Para. So he's doing a good job, but now he's got to remove all this combo power on board. He's got to get rid of it. So if he draws the Goku here, it's really, I mean, the Gohan here, it's really good. That's a good Gohan, but not the one I'm thinking of. He does have a third Rumshi in hand, so this is probably where you slam the Rumshi, and he charges Jiren again. And again, this is really, I mean, like, I know the guy's he's doing really well, but make sure, I wouldn't copy this. I would make sure that you are trying to play Jiren. If you force them to para or you force them to play Pan, it is better than dealing with the Secret Rare every turn. Like I said, at this point in the game, yes, he's kind of behind, so playing Jiren isn't good, but if he would have slammed the first Jiren with his marker, and then slam a Jiren afterwards, and then slam a Jiren the turn afterwards, he can't continuously keep playing Pan because he's not he's not curving out correctly. He needs to be playing the GT Secret Rare. So it's just kind of triggering a little bit just to see it. But so he charges his fourth Jiren, basically just showing that he's not committed to playing that card at all, which really kind of slows down Jiren in the late game because now he can't really draw successfully at all. So, yeah. Okay, so he looks like he's going to spend 5 for the third Rumshi, blow up the Secret Rare. A lot of elephants on board. And he pays 1 Piccolo, draws a card, draws it to the Gohan, which is probably the card he wanted to play, honestly. If he had the Gohan last turn, this would have been way more beneficial. But so now he's gonna just use this combo power on board. Yeah. And then pass. Yep. Honestly, I wouldn't even have swung there. I would have just waited, because now it forces him to swing into him. And now this next turn, he has 3 Rumshis on board, so he's not taking double strike. But now he's going to be able to play Gohan next turn and then just start clearing board, which is exactly what he wants to do, because now Black is at a point where he's got 1 Secret Rare left, and now you're just playing does he play a 4th Rumshi card, basically. So he uses the Goku GT, he awakens. Now he can start pressuring the Jiren leader. He's got 5 up still, so he can technically play Double Striker if he wanted to. We're using the GT effect. Look in the top card. Not using it. He doesn't look like he's running a lot of Bardocks. I think he's running both of the actual Bardock battle cards and Fasha. I think that's it. So uses field, goes up to 20, goes up to 30. Bardock's gonna swing at him for 35. This is where you give him a 10k and the Piccolo on board. Super easy. Yep. You got the Piccolo on board. And we play Double Striker. So he's going to remove 1 Rumshi on board. Yeah, he's going to remove 1 Rumshi. But you see, like, how takes 1 damage. Yeah. I mean, it's so good. I mean, he still took 1 damage from it, but that was kind of weird. All right. Yeah, but you see, like, how different that turn is if he had Gohan in hand, but also if he was able to, like, if he I mean, that's a hindsight, right? But if you played Piccolo to draw the card at least, and then he played Gohan, he could have wiped that entire board out and would have stopped this Bardock play from being that effective. All right, so well, you're spending 5 energy to remove the Bardock, which, I mean, it's not awful, but, or I'm sorry, you can pay 3 technically, right? Yeah, you can pay 3. You can God Kamehameha and Whis. So let's see what he does. He's got a lot of cards in hand. He's got probably close to, like, maybe about 12, 13 cards in hand. So we're gonna go 25 into the GT. Looks like, I mean, Bardock's hand's pretty big too. He's probably got like 10 cards in hand, so he gets a Kakarot out of him. Swings Rumshi into this guy. So now he's just gonna start burning 10Ks out of his hand, which is fine. You want to, unfortunately, playing a control deck, you have to just sort of whittle your opponent's resources down. So if he's getting one card out of his hand each turn, this is, I mean, each attack, this is good. So get the Para out of his hand. We spend 3 on Gohan. Alright, so we spend 3 on Gohan, so we're going to swing into GT, minusing the Bardock. So that's 25 into 25, that's another 5k out of his hand. And he's going to keep just depleting resources out of his hand, which is good. But he's got to make sure he clears his Bardock. Okay, so this is huge. So he's going to go 50 into Bardock. Oh, no, so yeah, you're sorry. Yeah, 50 into the GT. Bardock is, I mean, Bardock's what, 20k? So Bardock actually would have been the better swing because it's 5k less that your opponent would have the combo. So he ditches the, I forgot I didn't see what he ditched. So he ditched the, okay, so he ditched the 2 5ks. Not bad. But again, I would have swung into the Bardock because he can KO either card. Vegeta KO's a 25k. So the fact that Bardock is a 20k currently because of the minus 15 on the Gohan, that's 5 extra. That's 5 less combo power your opponent would have to, 5 more combo power your opponent would have to give up to save it. Which means like he's swinging 15 to 20 or 15 to 25. So 15 to 25 is a super combo plus 10. So it's 2 cards. 15 to 20 is, you know, it's 1 extra card. So it's 3 cards rather than, you know, 2. So that would have been a little bit better math. So now he's going to combo. Yep, super combo. And gonna give 1 more card. But see, if you see here, he has looks like 2 more super combos and like 3 or 4 5Ks. So he would have to give up 3 cards instead, and it would have just been a little bit of a better turn of events, but it's fine. So he super combos. He's at 45. He's got to give him 10 more, so he's probably looking and seeing what he wants to dump because he has a Hercule in hand. Or he uses a Hercule, okay. So then we blow up the Bardock. So yeah, it didn't make any sense. I would have just blew up, I said, I would have swung into the Bardock and then blew up the, yeah, it didn't make any sense. Yeah, that was a poor play on his part. But, I mean, you're in grand finals, you're going to make mistakes. No one plays perfectly all the time. So, both of you guys are playing very well. Again, you are in grand finals, so, you know, you played for, I mean, the stream's like 8 hours long, so you guys played for at least 8-9 hours. It's, you know, it can be strenuous. Definitely can be strenuous. And so now we're going into his, what's that, 5, it's what, 8 energy? 8 energy for a black deck, that's crazy. So again, he really can't double strike him, which is still really good, because he has both Rumshis, but now he has the Vegito on board too, so he can't double strike him, so he has to kind of start poking damage at him, and that's a little difficult to do. You have to like Bardock, which he doesn't have the hand size to utilize the dual attacker as effectively. But I think we're gonna go into the dual attacker here because I think it's one of the cards he has left in his hand that he can attack with. Yep. So here he has to. All right. So there we go. We can't trip a little bit. That's solid. He's committing to this dual attacker to being a threat. Sees a pan. Bottom decks the pan. Combos the Goku. Draws another card. Goes to 25. This is where you use field. Yep. There you go. Yep. Use field. Use the field. He's gonna really. I think charging all 4 of those Jirens is gonna hurt him really bad. Yeah. I hope he pulls it out, but yeah, his hand's dwindling real fast, and he's not drawing any more cards unless he sees like a cantrip or something. So now he goes in the Gohan, which I think you have to give it up, unfortunately. Plays the 4th secret rare. And you gotta save this. Gotta save this. Yep, plays Para. Hits the Vegeta. That's okay. Vegeta can still blow up a card, even if he can't attack. So if you can see, he KOs a 25k or less. So he can just KO himself and then just pop the Goku or the Bardock, preferably. So, so he's at, what is that, 4? Yeah. Again, this is where mistakes. So big mistake here too is, so you have, what is that, 8 energy. You don't have to charge anymore. You can just choose to not charge and just keep the extra card in your hand. At this point, there's no reason. He charged all his Jirens. He has a double striker in hand and 2 margaritas and then like some other like 1-drops. He doesn't need to charge anymore. That's an extra 10k he could have just kept in his hand. So he doesn't actually have anything that he can attack with anymore other than this double striker. So what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to just poke him down and try to win this turn, basically. So he swings 30. So he has to give him a 10k. Yeah, so he gives him 2 cards, gives him 15. Now he's kind of thinking to himself, he's like, man, I really wish I didn't charge all my Jirens. Would have made a big deal. So here, yeah, playing the 5 cost. Okay, so we destroy that. You can tap 2, blow up the secret rare. That's wrong. Yeah, I wouldn't have did that. Yeah, because you need to swing into the secret rare. Okay, got a secret. Okay, it's gonna do that. Blow that up. Okay, so he did it anyways. And then you use Vegeta effect. No. No, use the Vegeta effect. What are you doing? I know he wants to use it to pressure to win, but you don't have a big hand anyways, so like Vegeta's not gonna be super useful. You're gonna use the most stuff to defend. Oh, that was a big mistake. I don't know if he's reading the card correctly. It KOs a 25k. You can just pop your Vegeta and then just blow up the. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't bite in the butt. So he swings leader. Sees another pan. Bottom decks it. Alright, combos it off. Alright, so he uses his combo power. Again, he cannot be double stroke. So both of these attacks he's able to combo out of. So maybe that's why he didn't do it, because but again, like he would have saved the card anyways just by blowing up the Goku. And then it's a 1 less card he has on board to swing. So now he would have to play another battle card to pressure him, which takes him down to, yeah, so here's another one. So now he has to defend another swing when he could have just blew up the Goku in the first place. Yeah. Alright, so we go Goku GT. He's got like 6 cards in hand. 7 cards in hand. 6. Yeah, he's got 6. So he doesn't have any boss monsters, which is unfortunate for the Bardock player. I mean, he's kind of survived through a lot. And unfortunately, I think you have to just defend these. Yeah, he's gotta just defend this stuff. So he's gonna go 3 into Bardock. I think it's really his only play, because he's got Pan, he's got Pan, he's got the dual attacker, and I think he's got the promo Bardock that when you combo it gets 10k or something. So yeah, so he plays dual attack Bardock. We're going to go to 30, restand, draw a card. Drew a super combo, which is good. So he's got to give him... Yep, so he gives him a 10k. And now... I mean, he's in a pretty decent situation. Because this guy doesn't want to tap out. Because now he has to give him at least 1 card out of his hand to deal 1 damage. And... that's not a... I don't think it's really... Yeah, I think he's probably better just holding on to it, because he can't really kill him here. He doesn't know what he has in his hand. And if he commits too much, he's just dead. Because he's got 2 super combos and then a bunch of 5Ks. I think he has one Bardock promo in his hand. So that's at least 1 10K that he has. So he's got, what, 50... 65K combo in hand, I think, for defense. For defensive purposes. Let's see. So uses the marker. We're gonna go into the Another dual attacker. Okay, so we are committing to trying to win this turn. Well, I mean, he uses the energy. The energy doesn't really matter. He doesn't have anything else in his hand to use. So now he's going to go to 30, uses a super combo, draws into a Bardock. Nope, just combo out. And he's going to go to 30. And just combo 1. Yep, you combo 1. Alright, so he skips. Okay, so he got really lucky this game. The Jiren player got really lucky. He should have kept at least 2 of those Jirens in his hand. And I'm hoping in this game 3 he actually decides to play it. Because he needs to play the Jiren. The Jiren makes such a difference when you play it. Because it forces your opponent to have to play around it. Rather than just not playing it. Which then your opponent doesn't have to worry about it. You know, it's one of your best cards for a reason. So we're skipping ahead here a little bit. Just because a lot of the stuff is early stuff. So same thing here. Looks like he's got top. He charges the Kakarot and the Bardock. And then David got the second TOP out of his hand, which is good. So, I mean, out of his deck, so he doesn't have to worry about having that card on board. So now he plays the promo Bardock. So this card takes a life. And when you combo with a card, when this card's in battle, it gets an extra 10k. So when you combo a card, it gets that combo power plus an extra 10k. So it's base. Think about it as like base 25k, and then whatever you combo. So if you combo a 5k, it's 30. If you combo a 10k, it's 35. So he charges another cantrip, draws. This is really good. You can just sphere. I would think you probably would just sphere this Bardock, or you can go on. Go on's good too. Probably wants to save the sphere for dealing with Secret Rare, I guess. Here's interesting. Do you swing into the Bardock? Because you'll take the Bardock. You actually will kill the Bardock. Or I'm sorry, you swing in the leader and kill the Bardock. Oh, perfect. Okay, so that's actually another smart play. So we actually swung into the Bardock and then used the Gohan effect to kill the Bardocks. Basically not allowing him to have a combo step and not allowing the leader to get a damage off. So that's good. So swing Bardock in the leader. We're going to use TOP. We pay 4 for Secret Rare. He's going to probably swing into the... Oh, he swung into leader. And then he uses Kamehameha and blows up his board. Not bad. Not a bad use of the marker. So now he's on 4. Well, here you have to... I think you Fua. You can Fua Sphere, or you can Fua just swing into it. Or just Kamehameha. Oh, I didn't see it. Kamehameha in his hand. Okay. that's much better. Yeah, Kamehameha is good. All right, so now he has Jiren. All right, so I haven't seen this yet. So this next turn will be really pivotal on what he does. I think he should play... Ooh, I'm not swinging. No. Oh, he's already at 4? Oh, they got to fix their thing. Okay. He's already at 4. Okay, that's fine. I still might not have swung. I might have just kept it straight up, because now he's just going to swing into the Gohan to clear it. And you got no value out of the Gohan. Because it didn't do a single damage. He awoken and then just comboed the card off. So he actually didn't really lose anything from hand. So using the Gohan here, I would have just kept the Gohan standing, so that way you can't attack into it. Forces him to attack into my leader, because now he's just going to swing into the Gohan. Yep, so now we're going to Secret Rare again. Yep. And now if you would have kept the Gohan standing, again, so this is another big mistake. So if you kept the Gohan standing, basically his Gohan's going to die here. So we got no value off of this Gohan. If you kept the Gohan standing, he plays Secret Rare here. You can now play Jiren. Use Gohan, reduce the Secret by 15, and then swing with Jiren, and then have a guaranteed Jiren turn. It's like people forget that how strong the Jiren card is just because there's removal for it, and then they just stop using it. I don't understand the concept of it. All right, so plays. Yep. So now he's on the back foot again. Now we're on the back foot again. And we're charging Jiren. Yeah. Why even play it in your deck? You know, if you're just gonna charge it every time. I get it. It's this matchup. He probably just doesn't want to play it. But man, you're just killing your resource game with this card, man. You're basically relying on your opponent misplaying, which is what the Bardock player did last game to win. It's just not advantageous. So now we can Rumshi trade into the GT. You can Fua, Gohan. I think you probably just Rumshi. Okay. Oh, I guess you can Sphere. Okay, Sphere's good too, but you don't have a. Do you have a cantrip in hand? Probably draws one of the one. Didn't draw on the cantrip. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. Could have saved the Sphere. I mean, I get you took him down to 3, so fine, I guess. Oh man. Okay, so we're tapping 5. We're going to double striker. So this is where Rumshi would have been really helpful last turn, because well, it wouldn't matter. But he could have played Jiren. Like Jiren just would have made way more sense. So now we're dealing with double strike. We're going to 50. Oh, we're going to higher. Looks like he's just going to 50. 60. Yep, you gotta take that. And it's pretty rough. Just, yeah. All of these mistakes are things that are not just... He didn't swing at the leader. I mean, I guess he could have just comboed out, but you're getting another card. And then you're forcing him to... See, that's all... Okay, so that's another mistake by the Bardock player. So, Bardock should have attacked to force him to awaken. Or get a card out of his hand. Because now if he awakens, now he doesn't get the draw on the next side, which he's already behind. So that would have made more sense. Alright, so we have 2 Vegetas in hand, so he can clear... Well, actually, he might be able to clear the Bardock. He's got Rumshi, which doesn't do anything now, because he decided not to play Rumshi last turn. Rumshi could have cleared the GT, and then he could use the Fua plus Sphere to remove the Bardock. But we didn't do that, so... He's at 6, so he could, okay. Oh, so you can Whis. You can Whis and Rumshi. He plays Vegeta. We're going to go into Gohan. Swing leader, draw, awaken, draw. Leave that at 25. It's guaranteed 10k out of his hand. Perfect. And now we're swinging 25 into the Bardock. We minus it by 15. We're going to get more cards out of his hand here to save this. And now he has to understand that he's going to lose this Bardock regardless. So it's if he wants to force his opponent to use the Vegeta effect or just let it die. That's basically what he's thinking about right now. Is you have to either let it die, or you can force the 2 cards out of your opponent's hand with the Vegeta effect, but it means you can't double strike him on the next turn, because if Vegeta's unkillable. So, very interesting situation here. He's got to figure out what he wants to do. So if I'm the Jiren player, this next attack, if he saves, or actually it doesn't really matter what he does, I'm going to swing 50 into his face, and I'm just going to kill the Bardock anyways. And then this sets up my double strike for next turn, which is you have double strike plus like 3 margaritas in his hand, I think. So that's pretty good. So he gets rid of 2. So I think you dump the Fua and a Vegeta, go to 50. It's a pretty big swing. Take the damage, and then we use Vegeta effect. You pop the Bardock, and we pass. So now he's basically safe for this turn. And man, I mean, he is holding on for dear life here. So now this is probably Bardock's last turn to cement a win, because he's going to have to deal with a huge Goku Blue attack next turn. So it just really depends on how he wants to play that. So his hand is really bad. He's got a lot of combo power, but he doesn't have a lot of... I don't think he has a single battle card that he can attack with other than Dual Attacker and the Bardock promo. So now paying 3 is... Say, if you're the Jiren player, like, oh, dude, pay 3, please. I don't got to deal with a Double Striker or a Goku this turn. Okay, so we play the Dual Attacker. So he's going to draw at least 2 cards this turn. So he still has a chance of drawing the Secret Rare. So he does that. I think that was Secret Rare. It's hard to tell. Yeah, Secret. Okay, that's what I thought it was. So now he's at 30. So here you give him just give him 10k. Just give him a Rumshi. Yeah, perfect. So now the next one, he has to waste a card from hand, so he might not do that. Here he goes 25. You use top. You play Secret Rare. This is the rough part because he definitely needs to play the Secret Rare. He needs to be able to try and pressure, like he needs to remove this Gohan on board, which is what I'd be worried about. Yeah, Gohan's pretty threatening here. Yeah, because you have Gohan and Vegeta attack on board just to pressure you, which is getting at least, I mean, Gohan's getting at least a card out of your hand. Leader's getting a card out of your hand. Vegeta's getting 3 cards out of your hand, or you're just taking the damage. Yeah, so he lets it die. I would have saved it. Personally, I would have saved it. We're going to Hercule. Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Okay. So he grabs back Para. So now he has to use Para, though. Yeah, he's got to use Para. Alright, so here's the problem now. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to talk about this right before this happens, right? So Vegeta is a dead card, basically. He cannot attack. So basically what you do is you use Vegeta to pop the 10k that he has on board, or just one of the 5ks, it doesn't matter. And then he's going to play the Double Striker. Double Striker will minus the other 10k off the board. And then you just slam on the margaritas and then just go face. Simple. So he's at 6. He's got 2 energy, so you charge... just charge a 10k. Because you have 6, so you need to have 7 so you can double Margarita. Yeah, so charge a Rumshi. Hey, dude, you got this, man. This is super easy. So, and you have to... Okay, so you Gohan, blow up the Para, or Goku blow up the Para. Vegeta, blow up the Hercule. No, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. But blow up the Hercule. Why do people not... Oh, people don't utilize that enough. It's just blow up the Hercules. So that's an extra 10k. I don't think he has enough combo power anyways, but let's look. So that's 55, 75, 80, 90, 100, 100 and... What is that? That's 55... 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 110. He's got 3 super combos. Oh my god. This guy's gonna lose. Oh, this makes me so mad. I think he's gonna lose because of this. He's gonna lose. Why didn't you combo the Vegeta? Oh, so he's got, hold on, he's 40, 60, 80, 90, 95. Actually, I don't think he has enough. Okay, so he, whew. Alright, so he barely won. Barely won, man. He actually could have made that a little more clean. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty positive. Yeah, so he could have just used the Vegeta effect just to blow up the extra 10k on board, which would have it would have guaranteed that he would have won without having to worry about that. So that's the video. Congrats to him. That was way too close. I think he could have made that game a little more cleaner. But again, I mean, you're playing in grand finals, you're gonna make mistakes. So, but that is the video. If you want to see me do any more commentaries on these videos, or if you guys want me to commentate on some of the games you guys play on the client, let me know. I love kind of being able to talk about the game. It's really fun. So that is the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy the content, and I will see you guys in the next video.